tamper with hypnotics.
But Taurus must know that the earth produces for everyone. And if you claim it all for yourself, you will be alone.
A drug I myself invented, just as I invented everything that runs this ship.
Nothing definite, Captain. We appear to have encountered a previously unknown physical phenomenon.
Physical paper mate, I tamper with hypnotics. Elevate to neck, unable to be clearly spotted by the naked eye. I may defy all definition, using rhymes medicinal, perfect for uplifting, increasing stimuli. Pen to paper, no in between, not known to man what lurks behind the scene. Music for the madness, not the average savage, packed with added baggage, tough to manage. Boastful, bragging leads to having to imagine a life based on scamming, cramming more famine down the throats of hopeful onlookers, staring at a main character who should have been prepared in case of emergency. He urgently stresses hardness, but in reality his grill is usually guardless, hit up in major ways, many minor cuts and scrapes. Floods of what lies inside begin to escape, minus return policies. All he sees is the finale, the life of a fake snake, slithering in Cali, living all his days in the faces of death, riding for the slide in, and now there's nothing left. Theft leaves a mess, I suggest rehabilitation, change up, adjust, or be a must for termination. Theft leaves a mess, I suggest rehabilitation, change up, adjust, or be a must for termination.
Segregation through the vocals and the tracks, beats and raps, moving as a matter of facts, regaining sustained mental motions with scatter never collapse. Underneath the trap, simply given enough time to react.
Sadistic attitude when it comes to this. Instinctively how we move like a brood of vipers in the mood to take a whole bunch of motherfuckers like you straight out. Sadistic attitude when it comes to this. Instinctively how we move like a brood of vipers in the mood to take a whole bunch of motherfuckers like you straight out.
Now stepping in front of the world, chronic illness detailed, rhymes recited in a fashion smashingly unveiled. The name reigns spectacular, swift with a twist, steady rocking when spinning, clearing the mist. The full story exposure when kids come out to play, instead of attempting first teach your mouth to say something unlike. Small types can't read the capital SP plus the EX, all it means is untrappable. My mic line untappable, reaching out to clutch what they said I couldn't touch, cause I wasn't much. I'll take that, then tape raps that express my displeasure with lazy heads who refuse to enlist this treasure. Who's lost? I boss the beat into obeying microphone commandments made for public display. And call me the witness, cause it's like I've seen it all. Been around every personality, screened every flaw. Came to the conclusion life's a trip when I step, cause I've always been misunderstood. So I kept frustration inside until the rhythm pours through. A fool with a knack for rap, able to distort views. Noise fills the void, I write to be creative. My goal is to be the most hated by the outdated. Correctly done, MCs come to go another route, shaking hands with plan B, cause A is what I scout. All along you were wrong, what a shame. Played yourself, hard to claim. Unclaimed land, the hand can't match the brain strength. My definition of ill can reach insane lengths. Watching blank paper transform into a picture explains why me and ramen make the mixture. I hope you can handle criticism when you go and turn an art form into vandalism. What gave you the idea to try and rhyme? Was it to be down or express a climb through lines? Does hip hop mean to you what it does to me? Can writing lyrics be elevated to above degrees? Do you really think you're an MC? Are you using traditional tactics? Let's see. In the end, will the total equal gain, or will subtraction make it hard to remain? Hard to remain.
That's the mighty P. 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 So listen close. That's the mighty P. There's no way you can win, bro. That's the mighty P. There's no way you
Landslide.
I will give them something they've never seen. I will give them something they've never seen before.
Foreign language translated advanced from layman's terms. Centuries exist in me laid out to insanely observe. Painfully absorbed with floored board. Non-flyers, colorful liars without a tire. Aspire to require short-term admirers. Fire ever ready, stamp forceful letters, then send them out. Circle the city, surveying replays when I'm bending down. Not pretending about my exact packed action. Bang with the gang of mainframe. Plain saying the world has a caption. Openly free, pushing keys, majesty's dethroned. All cause they invaded my home over the phone. MC should own. Screwed clues can't solve much. Investigate visual related. Individuals separate genuinely tight from loosely created effectiveness. I dive in live and living cause I'm influential. When I bring what I write to life and watch it grow to full potential. Essential, not accidental, mental inside judgmental, residential. Charades fade when I burn out. You're gentle, instrumental. Trap by lies, not that wise. Glass eyes will interrupt you. Swift tongue with my gift hung high for civilians to look up to. Not to worship but use as a tool. Nailing down what sticks out. Words that merge together better than the nearest big mouth. Screaming what we're not trying to hear. Clearly worse, methodically written verses. I weave retrieve my first line of rhyme. Look ahead, find my mind nowhere near. Surely right here to you is over there. Instinctively you steer away from what you don't know. I'll blast without reload. Bolt past premonitions, falsely stated for me to decode and analyze the prize where I focus odds. But it's hard to motivate the spot. Everyone down to disregard. Landslides in my favor when I attach a rhyme to paper. Leave you wearing a crimson mask, asking what caused that behavior. Hella years attention.
1, 2, and just in case you slip the mind sub-level is the crew.
Hold up, let's get this straight. Hold up. I did this on purpose, now check it out. Yo, what you got to say? A lot of people be telling me stuff, man. Like what? You know, but hold up, let's find out now.
It goes to 1, 2, 3.
The move for flaunting inventive behavior. Tremendous efforts being shot through pen and paper. The clock continues to run while I'm mile high. So much format booms the town where you reside. I see many take a dive off the trapeze, known as wax schemes. Allow my rap to attract fiends of another nature. Actually, I do this naturally. The outcome isn't fixed. It's actually what has to be remembered minus weak investigation. Square on the stare explains no affiliation. We work your psyche, stretch toward coming tightly. This due to image, fools react hypely. Settle down, staying close, focus instead of being overwhelmed by what's easily noticed. I'm different from the style that's taken over. Up front, cassettes remain my Range Rover. Smoke lingers, number 2 becomes infamous. Deep enough to mob, can you see what the difference is? Completely visual, not subliminally tapped. I can send out mind waves, individually rap. Stay trapped, let me roam free like a paid vacation. Piece together a phrase that forces the resignation of the faded weekend lyricist. Lounging beneath, distorted, but proud of it, beyond belief. Playing the role they never knew, always analyzing the least piece of 411. Rising, plainly rock bottom, cause from there, only nowhere remains. That choice is unfairly rare on my part. I speak for me, and those aware of this. What's in their head can be deadly as a careless terrorist. Specific standard time unveils my informing. The way it works is speak a piece before the 2-minute warning.
I get where I want, some way, somehow. Some way, somehow. I get where I want, some way, somehow. Some way, somehow. I get where I want, some way, somehow.
And I got the know-how.
I get where I want, some way, somehow. And if I take it to the street, now it goes underground.
I stopped giving a fuck yesterday. Minus a sidekick I eclipse what ego molested say. I heard a rapid fire flow slowly fall apart. Be careful, it could be you. MCs not all are smart. They start off right, then end up left at home with no bridges to cross, no new ground to roam. Critical chances advance. What some might question after a session. I'm dressing paper with aggression. I've learned lessons without studying the text. In a single file line, asking when can Spex be next. Obvious but effective. My words hit many via ricochet. Icing actors while I chill at will down to manipulate. Samples unseen on beat in an off way. Rappers scatter, but it doesn't matter when I drop the phrase that pays a surprise visit to the explicit digits inside the population that can get with it. Heard but hard to see. It's hard to be the MC character, so I patterned myself after the one who can take care of the mission. Without major distribution, I cause massive pain inside a room of stereotypes, all acting the same, obeying the dress code, looking like they got potential. But when it's their turn, crash and burn the essential treatment handed out. Some have the nerve to pass me by as if I'd ever pass them up with one of my rise. Not amazed is how I stay, cause it's a nightly operation. And it's dirty work, like clean cut frustration. Who's confused? I won't fuse with the blown out. While you follow, I'll be tomorrow on my own route.
I get where I want some way, somehow. Some way, somehow. I get where I want some way, somehow. Some way, somehow. I get where I want some way, somehow.
And I got the know-how.
I get where I want some way, somehow. And if I take it to the street, now it goes underground.
Very little dry land anywhere.
Some way, somehow.
I think performers have to move on. You just can't do the same old material over and over and over. And it's kind of a cheat, I think, to rely on the same stuff.
Some way, somehow. Some way, somehow. And if I can't have it, then I'm taking it.
This shit ain't easy. You ain't got it. You ain't got it.
Stop making it. Some way, somehow. And if I can't have it, then I'm taking it.
And I got the know-how.
Got some talent, so don't you get my point.
Yo, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. What you gonna do?
Got some talent, so don't you get my point.
Yo, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. What you gonna do?
Got some talent, so don't you get my point.
Yo, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. What you gonna do?
Got some talent, so don't you get my point.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Up in this land of lyrical loss, up in this land of lyrical loss, up in this land of lyrical loss. Up in this land of lyrical loss, 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 up in this land of lyrical loss. lyrical lost. Up in this land of 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 lyrical loss. Up in this land of lyrical loss.
Stay up late, writing out crimes of the mind, fine-tune rhymes, fume with anger and sense intertwined. I roll while others play the rock, I'm crushing. My lusting over percussion leaves the busted reluctant to reorganize. More precise with the way I shoot off. Walk when weaponry selected me, sparks attitudes off. Come along in the song, you'll witness artistic artistry. Nowadays the hardest G's are always seen. I look around with the assumption of a curse. They tell me it won't get worse, but they should look outside first. Check what I checked already, try and view it my way, and realize I don't see the weekend on a Friday. I see them fall all the time, and not from force of habit. It's just cause everyone's reaching, even if they can't have it. Devoted to spitting codes with clarity. Seeing this producer is a rarity. Carefree but carefully, he lifts rhythms from records, then maximizes capacity. Passing me would have to be travesty, savagely painted by the tainted. It's a bitch with no appeal, something I quickly look at but don't wanna feel. Surreal surroundings had me thinking of a brighter day, when I'm posted in the hideaway with hella time to play the music which was made to forever never fade. In this day and age, a free thinker won't get paid nothing less than a visit from the poorly man. It's time. A free thinker won't get paid nothing less than a visit from the poorly man. It's time. I walk around the bay thinking of fresh things to say. A beat mixed with the rhyme is the way I relate. Can you trust? Only time reveals. Watch the clock, cause it controls the real deal.
I just wish you changed up. I just wish you changed up, but you chose to be possible.
Like an epidemic, it becomes contagious. Like an epidemic. Epidemic.
Little did you know, when looking for a flow, it was right under your nose. Allow me to compose, I'll be counting on you, bro. Keep them energized at shows, staying blazed when on the road. Going through the highs and lows, just like we're all supposed to. Like losing someone that you're close to. With all the bumpy roads in life, it's hard to coast through. And most of these pretending bastards have no clue. Never heard of Rockham, but Eminem is old school. It's 2002, I'm getting old, fool. I don't wanna rock a gold tooth, I hold truth. Respect the rhythm of the running water that flows smooth. This may not hit you at first, but let it grow on you. Sub-level epidemic cakes when the man who said it off of the west coast and let the homies represent it. Slump heals the pain, you'll never feel the same again. Ascend, reveal your brain, my friend. A 10 on a scale of 1 to 10 tons, traveling the earth with insufficient funds. But I always have fun, without a doubt. That's how I live my life, so that's what I rap about. When sub-level rocks the house, man, we turn it out.
Lost somewhere deep in the earth, deeper than any man except some person has ever been before. And yet, we're not really lost. We are, according to my calculations, about 50 miles below the surface. Below the surface.
Listen to this next part backwards, and you'll find out something that'll give you clues as to what really happened.
Little bits of cranium fall like snowflakes in the winter when you center your attention on the first words of the century. Equivocal to a spiritual awakening. Throw your hands up in the air and thank the Lord for making me. Worship the Creator and not the created. Give thanks for the breath of life, not the head that's self-inflicted. inflated. That force is dedicated to bring that end to the dependent. Defendant trying to befriend, fell to factor in. We fracture limbs along with tendons and any remnants. You see, the master of bruises upon an alter ego never loses. Off our eye fly, I'm the only one that chooses. Along with my boys that come and flex. Incognito to relax, no more like X intellects with cunning phrases, blazing trails and leaving no traces. Only expressions without faces. Your mind running like a thief and Adidas without laces. So save the taste. I've heard it all before. Thousands of races, humanity's genealogies with human where's inner spaces, written the body of disease on rhythmic paces. Prohibit, liberal exhibit, shun what you've done cause I don't dig it.
Grab a microphone. What are you trying to do when you touch that microphone? What are you trying to do? I don't understand. What are you trying to tell me? You're trying to get a point across. Brewmaster.
Throughout the meteors.
RWC.
He showed us the controls that make the ship go up and down. And then he took us into another room and pressed a button.
The concentration of violent energies is extraordinarily intense. It resembles no natural phenomenon.
So, I'm telling you, people will know even if it runs out. Hey, Hosehead, look at the needle. It's at the end.
Doesn't matter.
I'm
going to keep talking.
Yeah, you know.
Folks, use your imagination.
Hey, you know what it has to be?
Check this out. One time for your mind, like this. Engine revving, heavy horsepower, burning rubber. I'm a lover and a fighter, big brother and a writer. On the lighter side of a gloomy day, with a mic and a track at a room we stay. More MCs with a lot to say, all the way to SC from Half Moon Bay. Linking up, looking to lock it down. Living and learning from the underground, knowing how to rock a show and put it down. Crystal clear sounds year round. Some of the epidemic, don't forget it. Point blank range of the brain embedded. But it feels good when you let it, set it, let it. Now give me my credit. Medic, is there a doctor in the house? It looks like another one, knock the fuck out. Stepped up to the plate, but you struck out. Completely bugged out. Quit bugging out. Bugging out. That's some block rockers type shit.
You get a dope hand, but it ain't enough, so I call your bluff and you ain't that tough. And I rip the mic on the drop of a dime, and it gets a bit rough. Now you're feeling a bit stuck, shocked by my precision, like bounce passes from Jason Kidd. Full core pressure of which I rid the boy beneath your lid. Summer solstice, Cypress cold as petals unfolded. We wrapped it up and sold it, molded to your benefit. Now hold it, solar eclipse. Yeah man, we cool like freshmen, fucking it up like this every day. Getting the grind on, attempts to get paid. Hey hey, BTS, that's what we're hollering. We got the dope beats and rhymes that y'all are swallowing, and through the firewire I know that you'll be liking it. Fresh like Cali broccoli, we know that you'll be buying it. You'll be buying it. Fresh like Cali, Autoflo, OPT, about to go. Now you better believe that we're here to achieve, keep our balance anew, and see the things that we see. Team effort seems better, just write your verse and lay it down. Recite 4 in a row, feet on the ground, sounds nice through any device, whether Walkman or box amp, it still comes tight. The truth is what I write and recite to the drum that is slamming. Though we make a lot of songs, never take them for granted. Foundation is laid to form the ground on which we're standing. Shot from the catapult and no idea where I'm landing. Laying it down for the West, independent representative. Don't claim to be the best, just fresh, forever infinite.
I came from Redwood to tracks west. I kick facts best. Why bother? I'm the father of something that couldn't be authored. This wasn't written, not bitten. It was made by me. Something to not be forgotten. Far from rotten, fresh like a festival. Inside of my brain infest a hole. Lot of people listening. You can hear me glistening over the water, more than a slaughter. It's something that you have never seen before. I oughta take the microphone from your grasp. Why ask why I do this? It's nothing but an easy task. Some see it as different, some see it as difficult. It's like a colt inside of my head. It's a bolt of lightning, quite frightening. Don't forget when I start to do it, exciting. For I knit with the flow you can't get with. Don't bother, I get too swift. Just learn, rip, mix, burn. I hope the lesson gets taught when it gets down. The onslaught is something that you should not have brought towards me. So I'm going to reward thee. Beat with myself, Spex. Don't forget, I'm done. Number one is what I don't strive to be. It's like 5 of me coming out, claiming my territory. Every story that you told, we ignored. You can buy our shit at below the surface. Check the store, it's like that. Don't ignore what we say. JKC Maleko in the place today. And we're done.
Yeah. Check. Microphone check. Brewmaster is on the deck. So watch your neck. You might get thrown off the plank. Your ship sank. Yo, cause you fucking drank more than a pirate MCs. Check it out. Listen to it like this. Didn't you know? Didn't you know that I can flow in various ways, and that Killer Cali's where I spent most of my smoking days, and that's why I got this fucked up stutter, and niggas be saying I sound like others, cause my breath be smelling like skunk, and I can't believe it ain't shit holographic, cause what I project ain't really there, but me and my boys will swear up and down, and they too will agree with me that I was destined to be heard, even though I rock some of the most idiotic shit that's absurd. My lyrical birth was the last time a natural phenomenon was observed, and you're telling me I need less vocabulary and a slightly more fucked up slur. I got styles you couldn't hear, I got rhymes you couldn't feel, cause 50% ain't real, and 50% is fantasized, 99% is plagiarized, 100% shouldn't be heard, cause it's a mountain I made out of a mold, left inside a turd I call a gold mine of undying faithfulness to digression, and even after all that, you're still whack in close comparison. Sadistic attitude when it comes to this, instinctively how I move like a brood of vipers in the mood to take a whole bunch of motherfuckers like you straight out. Sadistic attitude when it comes to this, instinctively how I move like a brood of vipers in the mood to take a whole bunch of motherfuckers like you straight out of the earth to the moon, around the sun, and coming back is minimum for us to interact. Only we lack props from those that supposedly say they rap, and nowadays it's anybody that you can find around the ways. In our days will never be numbered yet, we'll never see one on the chart. I'm Brewmaster but spectacular, but spectacular. I'm Brewmaster but spectacular, the microphone rips apart.
Below blank surfaces I rise to the occasion. Power moves on paper distributed out the basement. Plain and simple underground sounds pound the atmosphere. Suckers cover up lack of skill by rapping weird. Hardly impressive, I never rested when a mic was near. Explaining why my title is the one that those unenlightened fear. Exit frustration, open up a door for confidence. Lead the way, don't stay stuck on past accomplishments. You might backtrack even further beyond began. Find it hard to attend, cause you're gone with the wind. Register rhyme schemes representing my Redwood residents. In sessions I leave either respected or neglected, never mixed. When your strange doors close on the password recited, appear rarely invited. My sly wit incites with pilot capabilities. A tape reveals what's instilled in me. Vengeance with the sentence, basically I'm skilled, see. Unseen, making one thing visible, no sabotage. I heard a rhymer using camouflage just to have applause. In a world where personalities chameleon their way around. Bursting galaxies of comedians who say they're down. Scheming the plot, conditions seem so unpredictable. Things that weren't depictable now roam unrestrictable. I turn tables, fade across the plane of sound. Music a tool I use it to calm me down before I drown in crazy life. A city I know so very well. Spit sprays vague relayers who hardly know barely swell. Lyrically I doubt you'll make the yellow light. I glide on friendly skies, eyes low on a mellow flight. Terrorist airlines reaching towards what's unlike. The ones who fight with wrong and right, then only slightly stun a mic. I love to write, I hate to be around supposed pros. In whatever field, I close the book on those.
audio techniques with the natural depth of presence, supporting a wide range of decently sampled frequencies, popping peasants, crafted sound design for the sake of clicking, with equally positioned people listening to the ambition written for furthering tradition, extraordinary command, and still standing over the fallen who got crammed and then abandoned. Imagine myself apart from hookups with no current, even the slightest motivation gets washed up by deterrent detergent. Static clings to dramatic things which bring along some strangers, staring hard but unaware that I'm delaying danger, such as anger on a hanger held by a mangler who turns tamer than a hall of shamer, stuck by the Lone Ranger, the heister of a local shyster, dying to post high. There goes destiny checking me through closed eyes. Not hard to disregard a ploy at toy insanity. Before the ground is home, I hope you've thrown your final fantasy back to where it came from, while I stain slums with valuables. My school of thought knocks hard enough, so here's my towel to hold, filled with perspiration due to heavy interrogation. Now critical condition is the spot you're placed in. Be serious what you're going, trying to wreck it, speaking your mind or trying to prove you aren't expected. Accepted that extinguished flame, all the meaningless blame disposed of. I don't cheat the beat, when it fades I close up shop, like they used to say it don't stop. Different people with different designs, it's all
rhyming over instrumentals, music, my message of life. Lifted, gifted with unique versions of styles through my speech. Reaching deep inside my mind, I'm an MC using the power of rhymes, cause I'm sick of hearing rappers telling lies. Just listen to my composition, envision yourself in my place. I'm a thought composer, setting up the pace. Give me phantom power, 48 volts, sonic jolts of lightning lyrics. Hear it loud, fear is now. Demolishing dirty and grimy and polish the sounds. We're on the mics now, on stage we rock the crowd. Dynamic deliveries overnight, bumping, thumping in your sound system, headed to your chest. Feel the bass pound, it's official. Hear the flutes whistle, remaining calm before the storm. Bust the freestyles without forms, formulas or patterns. The tables turn like Saturn. My brain is outer space, and that's where we're out of place. The rhythm is our destination, elevating, stating the truth to those going miseducated with the proper education. Wasting their lives concentrating on making a decent wage on a 5-8 hours a day. Although they're getting paid for only 2 hours of pay, I don't need the cream. I'd rather live out my destiny and follow my dreams. Fight for your right to live your life and take control, cause the only place you'll find the truth is in your heart and soul.
Hearing this or whatever, I'm about to make a fool out of myself because I'm not that clever. On the microphone, what's the number on the mic? I think it's number 5. I get live on the mic every time I kick. No jive like the label that signs your favorite pop stars. I got far on the microphone, see it was mine. Over drum tracks, I kick young facts every time I rip. 4-eyed guy who floors guys every time I start to flow. It's like fools start to know, so get it on your computer. Check the rhyme shooter, you can watch me neuter the microphone, cause that's what I do every day. I'm like John Suter, straight pitching strikes every time I touch the mic. It's like beautifully the way I do exactly what I like, because I do this and explore rap and still record on a 4-track, and it's not even digital. I hit the pivotal mark every time I start to spark with my hand in the air, and I'm commanding these flares up on the microphone. Don't need to touch a crossfader. I lost raiders of an arc who couldn't quite see the light inside the dark. I guide them through the tunnel. My rhymes escape through the funnel known as your mind, in one ear and out the other, like all these suckers who hover over the microphone but they're undercover. Rap wannabe guys, you can't even get high with the microphone, and I don't smoke pot, I just smoke a lot of rhymes and beats. I sample up on an MPC and make fools envy me. Every time I steal loops, I steal troops, I don't wear them. Every time I'm on the microphone, lyrics I...
Gangsta shit, man. Yeah. Hell yeah. Straight from the motherfucking gangsta shit. My meditation weaves through the passages. Know about that. Inspiration to map out what rapping is. A communication tool meant to day and night breeds tension. Although there's numerous accounts of people saying it isn't this.
No problema, senor.
Music soothes the savage anger. Things become stranger. Day and night breeds tension. Time reveals the reason for any apprehension.
Another self-inflicting disaster, phony facades and personas, drifting dilemmas, decisions petty, pretended on the lyric, time for it and suspended on a shoestring. They're towing on the live wire, showed up with nothing to bring. Open assumptions, was it something to do with those empirical observations or those hysterical declarations made on the date? Fate was casted on the vast plains, more than metaphors that saturate the day. Decorated with a slight touch, sleight of the hand, living by the laws of the land, and not those constituted by the evil man. I dropped the D, but it's still relevant. So what's going on? The answer is rhetorical. A lot of people nowadays are sounding horrible with no reason basis in the days of creation, wasting energy and a whole lot of time, wasting mine. I found my mind through my speech. I elaborate, collaborate these thoughts to these words I speak. And those who perpetrate elevate us sounding weak. Those who perpetrate elevate us sounding weak.
I'm a titan when I'm writing what I speculate. Reaching higher territory, spoken words escalate the street form. Formulating toxic chemicals, check the cassette, expose the jam and close. Specs arose, then chose expression for escaper. The art form justifies the ink absorbing into paper. I talk about the times cause there's no second chance. It takes more than a glance, I'm distant from rants. Raging untold, soldier soul for bragging rights. No blocking this rider on the expressway flight. In motionless speed, leaving trails hard to travel. I'm the alternative to hearing another sucker babble. You can battle day and night, just say it right. Avoid the persons rehearsing but hardly relaying tight. Make space, I'm a basement scientist. Those seeking flows leaking, can't rely on this. My mind slingshots thought toward the audience, distinguishing the actual from those with fraud intent. Mad at me because I speak my own style of speech. I don't need it, now it's official. The length of my reach pulls the listener in, surrounds the brain with sound waves, amplifying rhyme fixtures, leaving stages engraved. Pull the listener in, surround with sound waves, amplifying rhyme fixtures, leaving stages engraved.
I wish my words were like wings so that I could rhyme over all beautiful things. Whatever brings me joy and ploy into the flutterings of my thoughts around the globe without a buck. While your sound stays stuck, metaphorically speaking in a perverse quagmire. Coming out of Babylonian type, nowadays typical, non-symbolical empire. I got a quota plug, word of ill omen into the fire. Turned up the heat, your planning teeth turned out to be nickel. Heard this vision, turned a black cloud walking with sickle. Hard on for grabbing the mic, turned into a limp nipple. Placed level with the dusk, and that dust crew followed with the ripple. Effects, master of brew, master mason of Rex. Only to drop our neck, strike at the root, break the hex of a cloven foot complex. Analyzing what I said, I'll have you battling in your head. Whether or not you decipher is not a bet, you'll end up dead. Funny how I fist fuck up on your face, my fingers tread. Save your saliva or dehydrate on your deathbed. Save your saliva or dehydrate on your deathbed.
Carry my thoughts. Carry my thoughts. Carry my thoughts. Carry my thoughts.
What to a beat in my brain? I'm not insane. What to a beat in my brain? I'm not insane. What to a beat in my brain? I'm not insane.
man, I got something I want you to hear, man.
I remember when words used to flow out of the mind on a constant. Beats were springboards made to offset all nonsense. Only a select few factored out negative madness. Sub-level activists rap with wit even when pen and padless. Tapes were released only to confuse most residents. Mental music fades like clouds of smoke when hit with negligence. Paragraphs unparalleled heard but not exactly listened to. People act like rap and Redwood never existed, but who was spitting on tapes since last century? Yet no one mentions supremacy practiced by those with creative tendencies. Let me see, outside my window grows the comedy. Gangstered out fraud MCs who wanna be known commonly, all somehow famous in their own mind. But that's not even their own lines. Clones decline original rhyme. Far concerned with hard intimidation methods. Too much coolness to fool with concentration on in-depth scripts. No time to work, why bother? They'll take the simple fate. Duplicate half the Golden State. Cali love mixed with a little hate. Premeditated, rather dated accusations of sounding ageless. Backed by a gang of rap related MCs manipulated crooks. Mishaps who came to light. All because the culture made a call overnight. One day what's his name became acclaimed out of the rain. Pouring stories on the impressionable city now entertained by the game. Soon delayed I made my entrance just to disappear. Upward bound, elevation patient once again in the clear. Back to the shack to rap about the place I used to meditate. A forest, barely breathing yet awake. Redwood Rebels holding weapons for discharge. Fatality the destiny, you'll never be this hard. Signs thrown, only to stop for run-on sentences. I roam the street while suckers drive by inventiveness. Redwood Rebels holding weapons for discharge. Fatality the destiny, you'll never be this hard. Signs thrown, only to stop for run-on sentences. I roam the street while suckers drive by inventiveness.
It's in my blood. Most cats bubbly like suds, washing laundry. I'm dirty like the name states. Break on beats, hit digger. Insomnia for those who sleep. Peep the tales of the crypt. Friday the 13th, once the pen ignites the paper. Label me, I'm similar to Flatline. Be on my page, I unleash my rage. Most cats is killing me. Y'all be doing this for the wrong reasons. To me it's treason. Changing of the season, the music I'm breathing, inhaling it like nitrogen. Atmospheric when I speak it. Catastrophic, give a fuck like a mosh pit. Indecent exposure, worldwide like Motorola. Audio Galaxy, you all blasting me. Sound waves running through the PC. You're feeling me?
Life's a trip when you can't walk a straight line. Staring blind at what's fine. Forward motion stuck on rewind. Move ahead, pass by the past for a new environment. First rhyme I shout, then I'm out. Ask where the sire's fire went. In the beat I burn slowly to apply my color. Doing all I can while I scan the scam undercover. Stuck on planet Cali, swerving the pen. Intertwining words which describe my overall reason for rhyming. Watch me climbing, I won't need a boost. See, I'll be alright until the day I can't produce. Life in many different ways through rays of verbal haze. The force kicks it around the way. Most days laughter comes sarcastically from me. Your acts amuse. Cause of the tactics you fuse, you'll be fittingly misused. I might see you on a platform, no fear. Cause your shield is trendy gear, an unclear view of what's here. I never loosen my grasp when tearing mics is my task. I spit first as well as making fools perfect their gasp. Air escapes my frame when I release powerful gameplay and serious. Cause time turns enemy when you're slain. I overcame to overcome the dumb ones, astounded by the way it all sounded. Now the young guns have been grounded. I spell relief over the sheets in cryptic cursive, spreading it along the surface so I can preserve it. So I can preserve it.
In the dark, this microphone plows the harvest. MCs are harmless in the cuts like armpits. Disarming security, purity. I'm hurting beats, slurring due to the alcohol. Girls dribbling on my nuts like basketball. Foul play, I'll say what goes. Sluts blow on my horn. The musician who makes porn in spare time on the radio with airtime. Nonconformist, transforming like Optimus Prime. Futuristic, opposite is simplistic, drifting away from reality. A dope is a fallacy, final fantasy. Fools get dropped like ecstasy with mental telepathy, resulting in epilepsy. The choice of a new generation like Pepsi. No commercials, I hurt fools in the dirt, schools in session. My presence is a blessing, bow down, professional downtown. Muff munching, dusting, chumps when I'm busting. Jarre the bias once disgusting.
Without doubt, I know frustration, I write anecdotes. Invaluable insight into the process of damage control. And it can hold its own against various oppositions. Not to be distant, but I've listened to so many, it's gotten to the position. But be it more surprising when I meet someone who doesn't rap, or one of those elements. I guess all is well since it doesn't lack the appreciation of many. Some of us don't agree with some of the ways of today. They say it pays to succeed, but what it amounts to is doubt, one way or the other. Yeah, you pay, but you sound like a player undiscovered, getting laughed at on the under. Praise to the face, friendly enemies surround, strangely brazen with hate. Patient enough to wait for their turn to duplicate. If it doesn't show, somehow they're ruined. Who's doing great? I don't understand a lot of people I trade words with, so I paste my voice onto a beat and cause commotion below the surface. I know what it's like to be underestimated. What's worse is all justification I can relate with. How long will it take before I'm taken seriously? I'm tired of trying to explain my goal, no one hears it but me. I know what it feels like to be underestimated. What's worse is all justification I can relate with. How long will it be before I'm taken seriously? I'm tired of trying to explain my goal, nobody hears it but me. My pathetic attempt, no one's exempt from torment. My pathetic attempt, no one's exempt from torment.